I thought, well, let's talk about prayer and what it is and maybe what it isn't. That's really important too. So let me ask you a question. How do you define prayer? What does that mean to you? Is it coming up with a list and asking God for stuff? Is it about talking maybe to God about others? Do you pray for other people? Well, I think simply put, prayer is a two-way conversation. At least that's how it should be. Sadly, for a lot of us, and I don't want to say for a lot of you, for a lot of us, it's a one-sided conversation. We come to God with our agenda. We come to God with what we want, what we think is best, and we tell Him, God, you better do this for me. And I think we need to look at prayer in a slightly different way. We need to look at it like an earthly relationship. Our heavenly relationship is the same way. It needs to be a two-way street. And I got thinking about my communication skills with my wife, with my children, with my friends, with my family members. I can't just come to my wife and wank out. I can't just tell her everything that's bothering me and tell her all my stuff. And then when she tries to talk to me, oh, hang on a second. This is all about me telling you what I want. It doesn't work that way. I don't think she'd be very happy. I don't think most spouses would be. Just like in an earthly relationship, in our heavenly relationship, it should be about us talking to God and about God talking to us. Well, according to Dr. Yusuf, he says that prayer is made up of three key components. He says there's praise, there's persistence, and then there's preparation. Take, for example, the Lord's Prayer. We all know Our Father who art in heaven, and we have this beautiful prayer. In Hebrew, it goes like this. It's Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe. And it starts with praise. Knowing who God is, understanding who God is, and coming to Him from that perspective. I wanted to read something for you that he writes here on page 29. It's very short, but it's actually pretty powerful. He says that prayer is not submitting a wish list to God. Prayer is the act of reporting for duty. And there's this kind of this battle sense to it. And he says prayer is the act of volunteering for service, which I thought was very fascinating. And he says, you and I are God's servants through whom He seeks to accomplish His will. We pray in order to be about God's business. So listening to God, not just coming to Him and telling Him what we want, listening is very important.